can't record in peace. Hi everyone, my name is Angie and this is me, my natural habitat. Today I actually have a lot of small projects that I want to do, but they are all Nintendo related, so I thought, okay, I'll just lump everything into one. So first of all, in January I did the Joy-Con video. Back then, because I got that pair of Joy-Con from another person, like secondhand, so there was actually a button on the right Joy-Con that was faulty. Afterwards, I went ahead and bought the spare parts and I actually fixed it. I did record myself fixing it as well, but it was such a simple thing to do and it was such a short video that I was like, okay, like I can't really post this anyway. So I kept it in my archive, but since today I'm doing this whole like Nintendo project, so I thought, okay, I can put it here, and then along with that I have a lot of other stuff to fix. So first of all, you know Joy-Con have these drifting issues with the analog stick? Yeah, I'm experiencing that. So what I did was, I went to Amazon, I got myself 2 pairs, okay? 2, just in case another one fails. So I got myself 2 pairs of analog sticks, and I'm gonna be fixing that on my transparent Joy-Con today, because that was the one that has the problem. So while looking for the analog sticks, I found this. This is, I can't really see, this is actually buttons, so Joy-Con buttons, but it comes in, I got this in like a very fancy color. If you can see, it like sort of changes color depending on which angle you look at it from. So I thought this was quite cool and I got it. I might be putting this on a grey Joy-Con. I kinda haven't figured out what I want to do with it yet, but this is definitely not going on a transparent one because the transparent one comes with a D-pad. So this will probably go on a grey one. After that, okay, so a few months ago I did this video, the Switch dock video. My friend saw it. He wants to mod his dock as well, but the problem was his dock was the Smash Brothers one, so he didn't really want to take that apart, so he thought of getting another second-hand dock, something that's cheaper so it won't be so hard pain to open it up and like dissect the whole entire thing, right? So during that period I actually found another portable shell. So my issue with this was that in the original dock there's actually a groove in the center. So if you have opened up docks before, there's this like groove right here. Can't really see. There's this groove here around the USB-C port that helps you to align the switch when you are docking it. But it doesn't have that over here on this one. So I always had an issue trying to dock the switch on this. So I actually asked my friend, like, okay, I'm getting myself another shell. If you're okay with it, I'll give you my old shell. So he's perfectly fine with it. I explained to him why I'm changing shells, what's the downside of this particular one, and he's fine with it. So okay, so that's settled. I went ahead and got him a spare dock as well. Obviously it's not for free though. So this is what the new one looks like. It looks like this. So there's this backrest over here for your Switch. This one don't exactly have one, so like comparing side by side you can tell that this one has like a much higher resting area. Then the other thing is the ports are on the opposite side, so facing the same direction. They have the ports are slightly different, which works for me because on my current setup using this dock, my Switch is constantly facing away from me, so I can't really tell, like when I plug it in, I can't really tell if it's charging, if there's anything on the screen at all. So after I saw this, I was like, okay, this is perfect for the orientation that I need it in. So I went ahead and got that. So today I will be showing you everything. So I'm gonna start off with that Joy-Con button repair video first, since that was already recorded, so I thought, okay, might as well I just put it here. Okay, so that's that. I need to arrange my space a little bit. So I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be fixing the analog stick first for this one. You are probably very familiar with the process already, because it's not the first time I'm opening up a Nintendo gadget. Over here, you can see in the previous video where I fit this piece of paper here because it still wasn't really connecting very well. It's not exactly very responsive. So that piece of paper actually solved all my problems. Yeah. Okay, this one is done for now. I'm gonna test it out on my Switch first before I move on to the next one, so just to make sure that everything works. You all probably saw that I had some problem with the right Joy-Con while I was patching it back up. So the issue I faced while I was fixing it the first time round was that after I changed the shell, the ZR button on the right Joy-Con wasn't as responsive. Seems to be fine now. Don't have an issue with the left side though, so the left side one was quite good. Just the ZR one. Okay, so this is good. Then I need to calibrate the control stick. Yeah, so this happens. In my previous Joy-Con was a lot worse. Like sometimes you will see my input like just going this way, and then it will stay there, then it will come back. But this is a new Joy-Con, so technically I would have to recalibrate it. Well, only time will tell if this is gonna have problems again. This is bad. This is really bad. But this is a brand new analog stick that is not calibrated, so let's recalibrate this. there you go. Seems that everything is fine. Really only time will tell if these two pair of analogs they will give me any more problems. But for now they are okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. So okay, for this, in that video I did where I modded the dock originally, there was the part where I was fiddling around with the light here. It took me a long time to get it in the place that I want it to be, so I'm actually gonna leave the light where it is, and I'm just gonna remove everything. I'm done. The base plate, it seems like it's fastened by clicking it in, which means if I need to remove it, it's gonna be a problem. But other than that, another thing that I quite liked about this is that it comes with its own light. Instead of me finding a place to fit the light on the old one, now I have a built-in one. So I didn't actually need this part anymore. I just needed that LED to fit in the correct way, and it would have worked. Because I have not tested this yet. So let me give it a try first. It works! And the light works! Ta-da! The light here. Okay, so how I've got my system set up in my room is that I have a limited amount of space. As you can see, every single video I upload, my table is getting messier and messier. So my table is not big. I bought a stand to actually prop my monitor up so I can fit my keyboard underneath. So I have space to work with. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this amount of space for me to do things like this. And then, because I only have space for one monitor, I actually have a HDMI switcher, which currently what I have rigged up on is my PC, the switch, and then I have two more HDMI ports which leads to the micro HDMI cable, which I use to connect directly to my GoPro up here so that I can see my progress and if my head is coming into frame or not. So when I am making my videos, typically that's how my setup is. In the past, I would need both micro HDMIs because my frontal camera is a GoPro, then this camera will also be a GoPro. But ever since I got the Osmo Action, I don't need that anymore, and the Osmo Action comes with a front-facing LED screen, LCD screen, front-facing LCD screen. So I didn't need the second HDMI port, but because my cable is already there, so I just left it there. That's why you see I just pulled like 2 cables out from the corner of my table. Yeah, that's where my Switch setup is. So now I'm sure this works. I'll be fixing up the other one for my friend. My bird is chirping like crazy in the side of the room, so pardon that. Okay, so this one works. I will be keeping this. Slotting the Switch in is still a bit of a hassle. It's not as easy to do compared to the original dock, definitely, because the original dock is like flat and it just lets you slide the dock in easily. Yeah. But this one doesn't, and it's at an angle, so you really have to like adjust and aim a little bit before I can get it in. But it's a little bit better than the old one, I guess. It could be a placebo effect, for all I know. Yeah, so I will keep this one side first, and then I will settle the rest before I rig up all my wires. And at the same time, I need to fit this back into its original form, because this is gonna be hard to keep. I feel like these 2 threads are not going anywhere and it's just there. But the screw fits, just not all the way, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I constantly forget where the screws are supposed to go. I think the only time I actually remembered was during the MacBook one last month, where I actually laid it out nicely where the screw went. But even then, I think I still forgot some parts because I had a guide with me, right? So I knew where each and every one of them goes to. Okay, as good as new, just without all the parts inside. It makes a really nice display. Frankly, I'm still waiting on. I actually want to buy myself the original dock again, just so that I can like install it somewhere nice on display, because Nintendo hardware looks really good actually. So yeah, I'm gonna see if my friend wants to keep this, but this is his, so I'm gonna return him in a nice good condition. Okay, and gonna move on to the actual dock itself. This part I'm familiar with because I've already done it once before, so I already know like what are the things that I need to look out for, what do I need to do. So this part should be really easy. This is done now. Let me just test it again with my Switch, just to make sure that everything works. Seems to be working. Yep, it's working. And the light behind is working too. Yep. Okay, we're good. Okay, now I'm on to the final one. Changing the buttons on my grey Joy-Cons. I've always liked my grey Joy-Cons. I've always liked the grey ones actually compared to the blue and red one, even though that's the signature color. But I mean, I wear black like 90% of the time, so yep, this is what I went for. But I do like a pop of color occasionally. Yeah, it's rare to the point whereby when my friends see me in anything but black, they will be like, oh, I need to take a photo of you because I've never seen you in this before. But these buttons are so pretty. Look at them. Okay, you need the light to see it better. And it changes color. So nice. I feel that it might work out well since this is grey, you know, so yeah, I shall go for it. Okay, I'm done. I've actually left these sitting around for quite a while, so they have both gone out of battery. So I'm just gonna on this. Button seems to be working fine. Yep, I do have a little bit of issue with this one. This minus button seems to be a little bit hard to press, but not that it's like a button that I will use a lot. So yeah, it's a little bit. But the feedback of these buttons are so much better than the transparent one that I made. I'm not sure if it's because like when I was modding that Joy-Con, something happened, like somewhere went wrong and I didn't know, or could be the way I connected the ribbon cable. Yeah, I really have no idea, but these buttons feel so much better to use compared to the transparent Joy-Con that I modded. Even though essentially it's the same button, it's just like, especially for the ZR button, that was the button I was having issue with on the transparent Joy-Con. It was really soft, so like even though pressing it, it doesn't feel, there's no tactile feedback. Yeah, so this is it for my mass Nintendo project. I actually really like this. The colors are so nice. You probably can't really see it very clearly. I really like this. It looks good on the black because like you can match black with any other color and it'll look good. Yeah, so I really like it. I also like the fact that the color changes depending on how you're looking at it. I find that really cool. And to the eyes, it actually looks more purple, but on screen it looks blue. So that's another really cool part. I really like this one. Yeah, this is probably gonna be my new favorite pair of Joy-Con. I have another Apple project lined up. Basically what I plan to do is not recently actually, quite a few months ago, like half a year ago, I changed my phone because before this I have been using the 6S for like 4 years since its release. Yeah, so I've been on the 6S and I refused to change because it was the last generation of iPhone that actually had a headphone jack. I really wanted the headphone jack. But it was getting really slow on me. The battery is not performing anymore. So I upgraded to the XS. At the same time, I got myself some AirPods. So that kind of solved the headphone jack issue. Because of that, now I have an extra phone. So I thought, okay, I have an extra electronic now, I can change it. As with most of my stuff. So I actually got some parts. Won't review what they are yet. You have to find out when the video comes out. Yeah, so I'll be finding time to do that sometime soon, before next month, since I'm posting once per month. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had fun modding Nintendo stuff. I think Nintendo is one of like my favorite things to mod. Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. But I did consider modding my 3DS or my DS Lite. I still have a DS Lite. But they are so old, so I can't really find parts for them. At the same time, I actually bought a skin for my 3DS, which my friend at that point of time was customizing skins for 3DS, and I actually got him to customize one for me with like my handle, username and everything. So like, I really don't want to get rid of that. So I guess the 3DS will survive. NDS, like, I really can't find parts for them anymore. They are like old, but the older the device, the longer they survive. So it's still working now. It's just out of battery. I just have to charge it occasionally. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you at the next time.